Hey everybody, welcome back to High Five Resale Shop. My name is Derek. I've been selling on eBay for 19 years now, and sell probably $3,000 or $4,000 worth of stuff every month on eBay. I'm a stay-at-home dad, take care of the kids at home, homeschool them, and that stuff. Worked in the retail space for 20 years. I managed video stores back then. That was when that was a thing, and I managed the back room at a home decor store, and I managed the up front of like an Old Navy for a little bit. Was not fun at all. I decided to leave it all behind and try and do the full-time thing on eBay. And it's tough. It's hard to do it, but you can eventually get there if you have enough self-determination and some ability to motivate yourself, because some of the things about eBay simply aren't fun the way normal things are fun. I do get some joy out of listing. Other people find it monotonous and not fun at all, but I really like listening to my music and listening to people on their podcasts or their YouTube channels. So that's, how I take a break from, the kids and stuff like that's my getaway kind of thing. So it kind of shuts my brain off from all the other things, and I just focus on listing, get in the zone, and just work at it and everything. So today is November 10th, the Marine Corps birthday. So I say happy birthday to every Marine brother out there. Hoorah. And have a piece of cake for me. Marine Corps has been around for 250 years. It was here before the United States was started. Started in 1775 in Tun Tavern, Philadelphia. And the next year, America was born. So I just say happy birthday to all my brothers, Marine Corps brothers. We had a pretty good weekend, as it would be. 30 things to ship out today. We're going to go through those things, tell you a little bit about them, what you could look at garage sales for, try to flip for a profit, maybe thrift stores you can find some of this stuff, and or auctions, and there's numerous ways you can come across this stuff. So 30 items. The total on the gross total was $712 in items. That includes all the shipping and the fees in there. But we're going to go through those items and show you what sold over the weekend. We've had a couple of new people subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate those people who have subscribed to the channel. And we're moving closer to 200 subscribers, and we'll get there eventually. Then we'll be looking at a new goal, so kick the goalpost out further and everything. The first thing that's sold, Jennifer Page CD, Positively Somewhere, pop music, 2001, sold for $3.49 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold was a sweater. There's a lot of stuff back here. We did sell quite a bit of clothes. So this sweater, Knox Rose, it came from the liquidation store auction. Each item had a cost of under $1, and this sold for $13.99 plus shipping on top. Let's see. The next item is this little silver star. It's like an Avon pin. Sold for $4.99 plus shipping on top. I think that came from a bunch of stuff my mom gave me. The next item that sold was the 3 CD lot. Jimmy Vaughn CDs. Do You Get the Blues? Out There. And Strange Pleasure. Those 3 CDs sold for $9 plus shipping on top. The next item that's sold is this Boyd's Bears accessory set. Let me see if I can get it to... There you go. The 3 little accessories that go with the houses and everything in the villages. That sold for $5.99 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold was interesting to me because the Bears eked out a win yesterday. Tried to figure out a way to lose it, but they figured it out. It was 2 things. It was a 1983 NFL yearbook. And it's got obviously pictures of Walter Payton in here. That'll probably be the highlight, you know. There's also some other players. 1983, 84 might be the last year that the Bears had cheerleaders as well. So, and then this photo that was a giveaway from Kodak of the 1983 Bears, the team photo there. It's got the advertisement, and then it's got the Honey Bears. So, and so that's that. Those 2 things are going to the same person, and those sold for $43.49. And this photo promo thing came from the first eBay auction that started Hi-Fi Resale Shop. So it's really, really old. It's I've had this for over 12 years now, probably. So I still have 13 of these available, but I just recently put them back up. Have a lot of stuff I found in a bin from that original auction and probably this came from it too, for all I know. I could have gotten it at a Bears convention when I used to go to those, but it certainly could have came from that consignment sale that I did for the lady. She's probably passed on by now. So yeah, there. $43.49 plus shipping. The next item is another sweater. So obviously sweaters are selling because it's getting colder. This Charter Club petite medium sweater. It's a cable knit sweater. This sold for $3.99 plus shipping on top. I could tell from the photo that's up here that was probably one of my oldest listings because the lighting is terrible and that looks gold. It's like ivory / beige gold, and it's got metallic gold fibers in it, and the picture that I'm looking at, it looks brown. So bad photo. I think the person's gonna be super excited about it when they get it because the photo stinks so much. The next item that sold was this vintage 1991 Rawlings Major League Baseball Chicago White Sox Comiskey Park inaugural season. It's got the logo from the inaugural season there, and it's just a Rawlings baseball. So that item sold for $15 plus shipping on top. I got this from a state sale that a friend was running, and the cost on it was 81 cents. So I've sold a bunch of baseballs from there. And then I sold the Vikings helmet, which paid for everything really. I bought a Pendleton coat there and found out it had a hole in the like a sleeve or whatever, so I just didn't even put that up. But that was one of the expensive things I bought at that. Let's say the helmet I paid $10 for. Let's just say the helmet I paid $15 for. The coat I paid $15 for. So that would be $30. And then all the baseballs, $10. I've sold at least 12 to 14 baseballs from that group. And I already sold the helmet. So well paid for itself time and again. So that was a good pickup then. The next item that sold was this Finding Dory book. It is new. It didn't crack, but the pages are all pretty much stuck together still, statically. This sold for $10 plus shipping on top. Can't remember where I got that from. I don't know where I got that from. The next item is a CD. It is Ringo Starr, Zoom In. And that's what it looks like. $7.49 plus shipping on top, and it is sealed. It's new and sealed. The next item was a vintage t-shirt that I thought was pretty cool. I thought about keeping it, but I don't really like crew necks. I'm really, hanging in there today with this one. I like V-necks. I don't like crew necks. I feel like I'm getting choked. So I wore this because it's a Marine Corps shirt, so in case you didn't see that. The next thing is this Bulls crew neck 1998 championship. Would be the 6th championship. Got the big old bull on it, the finals logo at the bottom. On the back, it's got the titles that they won and against who they beat, right? And it's a starter. And so this is a large short sleeve, and it sold for $50.24 plus shipping on top. So pretty good sale there. The next item that's sold is some pants. Let's see if we can find these. There's a lot of stuff over here. So these Hue dark blue skinny leggings, stretch jeans, extra large. These sold for $8.50 plus shipping on top. I listed those I think Friday or Saturday, and they sold already. The next item that sold is this baseball, autographed baseball, also from the first eBay auction I did. And he had 6 or 7 of these baseballs. He was working on getting all the 3,000 strikeout people on him. So this baseball is signed by a bunch of players. So let me see if I can get this to come in. So that one's there, signed by Bert Blyleven, and this is Nolan Ryan. It is faded. And this one is Don Sutter and Steve Carlton. Very faded. And this one is faded. So faded. Bob Gibson on the top. Fergie Jenkins on the bottom. And then this one is Tom Seaver on the top, Phil Niekro on the bottom, and then here And the sweet spot, I don't know why he thought he got the sweet spot, was Gaylord Perry. Probably pretty full of himself, for sure. Out of all those people, Gaylord Perry probably shouldn't be on the sweet spot. But, so signed by several, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 people, 3,000K strikeout group, and I've sold these for more, but this one is very faded, and we sold it for $50. Best offer to somebody, $50 plus shipping, so somebody will enjoy it. Really sad that those autographs faded away, but they had to have been signed. The guy worked at Wrigley Field from what was the dates? What were the dates again? 1968, 67, 68 to 1983. And so that's the time frame that he got those autographs. So they're really old, but still, it's sad nonetheless that the things are fading away to nothing, the autographs. I still have one more ball signed by that guy. You know, the Bert Blyleven signature is really dark. The Don Sutter autograph is really dark, and everybody else just fading away. And they're all signed in different places too. It's really odd, right? Different spots of the ball and everything. But we know that they're real. I've already checked all these autographs and verified that they're real. I mean, I know they're real. I know where they came from, so. Okay. So I don't see those really. We'll skip over them for right now. The next thing that's sold is this Izod turtleneck. It's gray. It's got the little logo there. Long sleeve, medium, men's. $11.99 plus shipping. The next thing that sold was this Hopeless Romantic green velour dress, house coat type of thing. It came with a bunch. I put steampunk, punk, gothic, cosplay, and costume in here. It's a small, and I got it with the that Hobbit cape from last week. There's some like pirate gear with that I have in my store, stuff like that. So this came with that out of a storage locker, so we know that that was what that person was doing. You know, dressing up for like Game of Thrones and medieval type stuff. So this sold for $59.99 plus shipping on top. Really good sale there. That medieval stuff, I mean, it takes a while to sell, but there's not a lot of it out there, so eventually yours will sell and you'll get paid. So here's the next item that sold. This is Tangerine is the company name. It's extra large, and it's like a, you know, workout activewear type thing. It's green, aqua color, 4th zip, has a pocket in the back for runners, and it's got like thumb holes where the ladies put their thumbs out of it. And I got this at a garage sale for $2, and it sold for $18.74. Do I want to pay $2 for an item? Not really, but if it's gonna sell for $20, I'm okay with it. I'd rather get it for less, but you can't always get stuff for less. The next item to sell is this vintage LATC periwinkle blouse, size 12. This is an old school blouse. The kind grandma might wear. This sold for $7.49 plus shipping on top. The next thing is this Tulsa Vintage Champion Eco Fleece, University of Tulsa, gold and blue long sleeve sweatshirt. It's a large. Got this at the Betty and Bobby Allison charity garage sale. 30-cent cost because it was a fill-a bag for $10 and I did 3 bags. And I came out with 100 items. So $17.99 for that. Pretty good return on the investment. I just saw the one. Where is it? Here it is. We're going to go back a couple here, even though you don't know I skipped it, but I did skip it. These Bass jeans, they are a size 6. They're denim blue jeans with a medium wash, boot cut style. These sell for $9.99 plus shipping on top. So I don't know if anybody's heard, and I don't know if I mentioned it in my video last week or not. I might have. I might be beating a dead horse here. But has everybody heard about what they're going to do with promoted listings come January 13th? If not, what they're doing is they're going to change how they do the promoted listings, and they're going to introduce this thing called Halo effect, the Halo effect on promoted listings. So what that means is right now, if somebody goes to your page or is directed to an item that you put up via an ad and they buy it, you pay for a promoted fee. And also, if they go to your item and then they see a different item that you have in your store, you end up paying a promoted fee for that as well, which is like a deflection but a win all the same. And I don't really have a problem with that. But what they're going to move to is if somebody clicks on an item from outside and comes in and sees the item advertisement and they don't buy it, but somebody else that month buys it, that's going to be a promoted listing. How that makes sense? Someone else, not the person come back and buy the thing, but some other customer. At any point in the month, if that thing gets bought that's been looked at by somebody on the outside in, you're going to pay a promoted listing fee, which I think is crazy. It's called Halo, the Halo effect. And I will not be participating in that. I will bring all of my promoted listings back down because I had them up to 7 and 5 and 7%. I will be bringing them back down to whatever is the bare minimum is. If actually the plan actually is to not promote listings anymore, undo all the promoted listings, and then if it really affects my bottom line, I will go to the bare minimum, like the 2.1 or the 2% promoted, whatever the bare minimum is. That's what I will do, and I will leave it there. I did have this theory about, like, if you're willing to knock your price down, then you can just do promoted listings up to a certain point. But if they're going to play crazy little games, then I can't participate in them. So that's tell me what you think down in the comments below. Are you promoting listings? And if you are, what are you doing it at? And when this January 13th thing comes out, are you going to continue to do that? Okay. So the next couple items go to the same customer. person bought 2 blazers. They're both limited blazers. There's both items that are ended and sold similar on like Thursday or Friday of last week. They were down to like $4.99, and I was like, let me take a look at them and see if the pictures are bad. The pictures were bad, so I relisted them, changed it up, and all that stuff. Both of them sold to the same person. So this limited gray taupe notch collar long sleeve blazer, size 0 extra small, that sold for $14.99. And then this gray, light gray, beige notch collar long sleeve blazer jacket sold size 0 extra small, $14.99. Both going to the same customer. They will get a combined shipping discount for that. Okay, and then the next thing is same person, 2 items. See if I can find them. So this customer, I might get one of these back if the smaller one doesn't fit right. These are both Old Navy Rockstar super skinny blue jeggings. One's an 8 and one's a 6. So if they don't like the 6, they're gonna return it. So one sold for $11.99, the other one sold for $14.99 plus shipping. They will get a combined shipping discount. And then I thought this was together, but it wasn't, because different sizes, and but when I saw 2 plaid shirts, I thought those were going together too. So this Gap 1969 red, white, and blue flannel, large, button down, $13.99 plus shipping on top. And then this one sold. This is a 2XL short sleeve. Basic Editions, which isn't a great name to do. I just did it because it was a 2XL. I thought that might make it more desirable. It didn't sell for much, $5.99 plus shipping on top. I, probably should have stuck to my guns on that and say that Basic Editions isn't good enough to be in my store. But, we made a couple bucks on it, so. The next item, person bought 2 items. So, this was one of those where they're like, oh, the shipping's so much. I can't believe it. It's more than the actual item. What am I going to do about it, man? Like, you asked for it for $3 and then the shipping's $4 and something. I don't make the shipping rates, man. So this one is Catherine Coulter, the Nightingale Legacy, $3 plus shipping, and I will do the combined shipping discount for this person. And this is Catherine Coulter, Born to be Wild, and those each sold for $3 plus shipping on top. The next item is this Hard Rock Cafe Sacramento sweatshirt, made in the USA, so vintage, gray, really heavy sweatshirt. It's extra large, and it's sold for $22 with shipping on top. This item sold from the liquidation sale. And it is a Lennon and McCarthy All You Need Is Love shirt. Gray crew neck short sleeve shirt. This sold for $7.49 plus shipping on top. And like the cost on this is less than $1. The cost on this vintage Hard Rock Cafe shirt was $2. from a garage sale. And then the last thing that sold, I'm happy to see these things go out. I still have a bunch of Clemson socks. If there's anybody out there who likes Clemson, I have a bunch of Clemson socks that are in my store. I will give you a deal on them. But these Chiefs Kingdom socks sold. Medium, large, adult. And I got these from a Marshall's after Christmas. They were on sale. They were $3.99. And they sold for $11.99 plus shipping on top. I have one more pair of those. They didn't do as well as I thought they would. I thought they'd fly off the shelves. But I guess people aren't looking for Chiefs Kingdom Nation socks. I don't know. So that is that. And that Marshall thing, that was a while ago. That was over a year ago, about a year and a month ago that I bought those. So they've been around a while. Had lots of opportunities for the Chiefs fans to grab them. I was going to talk about a little bit about what you need to start on eBay. I think the most important thing you need to start on eBay is just the ability to motivate yourself to do things. Of course, you're going to be starting out small. When I take pictures, I probably take pictures of 80 things at once, and then I go and do the 80 listings and stuff. Which, is it right? Is it wrong? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But what you need to do is just find things in your home that you can sell, that you're going to make a little bit of money off of, and then learn the ropes from it, because they're not going to give you, eBay is not going to give you the whole platform right away. You're going to be able to list like 10 things at a time, 5 things at a time, prove yourself that you can ship them out, prove to people that you're reliable. So when something sells, ship it out the next day if you can. Don't put it off for days. That will hurt you. Have some boxes around that are available that you can use for shipping. You don't have to buy boxes. You don't have to buy bubble. You don't have to buy tape. Maybe you might have to buy a roll of tape. And I would go to the dollar store and buy their packing tape for $1, and do that for a little while. You don't need a fancy label printer. You just print them out on your printer and then tape them to the box or the bag, whatever you have. But as soon as you start really selling things, you have to graduate from the dollar store shipping supplies and stuff like that, so you can start saving money on shipping supplies. There's plenty of things on Amazon you can buy and or eBay. Now, my thing is I always try to source from eBay first, because I sell on eBay and I want people to take care of me, so I want to take care of other people. And if I can find a good deal that's just as good as a deal on Amazon but on eBay, I'm going to do the eBay thing, because that's where I make my money from, and I want other people to invest money in eBay, just like myself. I know a lot of people just go for the smallest amount, whatever the lowest price they can possibly pay on it. But buying stuff from Amazon, if you're an eBay seller, is not helping you. Buy from eBay if you can. If you can't, then find it somewhere else. If it's $20 or $30 cheaper on Amazon, then of course you buy it on Amazon. But if you can find something on eBay and it's just pennies difference, buy it from eBay. Support that platform. You know, the one thing that I do not like when I get it, if I buy something from eBay and it's drop shipped from Amazon, I will give that person a terrible feedback. That's not what it's here for. That is not what eBay is here for you to drop ship stuff from Amazon. I do not like that at all. Put it on eBay. Sell it on eBay. Have the price the same on eBay that you sell it on Amazon for. That's fair. I would buy it on eBay then. So that if you're going to start on eBay, I don't remember all the ins and outs of the beginning phases of it, but I do know they make you jump through a lot of hoops at the beginning. It is hard to get your first sales in, but if you have desirable items and you put them up for the reasonable asking price, you should sell them. Not a lot of people are looking at feedbacks anymore, like they once were 20 years ago or 10 years ago. And when you had very few feedbacks, it was hard to get a sale the first couple times out. So, but I even remember a friend of mine starting his thing, and he quickly graduated within like a month from being limited to like 5 or 6 items to having 100 items in his store. So it can be done. If you treat your customers well, they'll treat you well back. There's always going to be scammers, and you don't have to treat them like the monster under the bed. They're there. They'll find you. If you're new, just be vigilant. Don't answer any emails from outside or anything like that. Stay in the platform. Know what eBay expects out of you. Don't do anything that eBay wouldn't expect you to do. Scammers find people who are selling who are new, and they try and take advantage of it. So, but that's it. I mean, you really don't need anything fancy. You could do it from your phone now, strictly from your phone. I don't. I have a laptop computer that I use, and I like to sit down with the clothes. I like to keep touching the clothes. A lot of times I will find holes in things and stuff, and then they just, don't get listed because I'm touching them so much and flipping them over and measuring them here at the desk and flipping them over and stuff. So I see things that I didn't normally see on the mannequin when I took the pictures and stuff like that. And yes, it is a waste of time. It's a lot better to find it before you list it or while you're listing it than after you list it. I feel terrible when I get the stuff all the way to the garage and I have these super bright LED lights in the garage or the storage area where I store stuff in, which is the garage. But I have these super bright LED lights in there, and I turn over these women's white pants, and there's a big old smudge on the backside of it, which I didn't see, because these lights are just so much brighter than the ones in here. So I feel terrible that I spent all that time putting that thing up, and now I got to take it down. So I also don't really try and... Vintage stuff can have issues with it. That is true. But I tend to just stay away from things that have problems with them because they're just going to cause you problems later, is my viewpoint on it. So I try... If it's like a newer piece of clothing that's not vintage, it can't have a rip, tear, stain, or missing button or anything on it. I just don't deal with it. I have a bin of stuff that has problems, but it's a really good dollar amount to it, which if I find somebody who can fix those things without me having to be involved, and they'll take $20 to fix all those things in that box, I would do that, but I don't know if that day is ever going to come again. I used to have somebody who did that, and I don't have them anymore. But I don't put stuff up with issues in it. Just if you put stuff up with issues in it, that's going to become an issue later for the stuff. So that's just how I feel about it. Tell me how you feel about that. If do you put up stuff with rips and holes and tears in it? And what kind of reception do you get? Do you get a lot of returns and stuff from that? So I don't know. If you have any other questions about what you need to start from eBay, put it down in the comments below. I'll be glad to answer it. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear what you all have to think about the promoted listings. What are you doing? What are your plans for January 13th? Happy birthday, Marine Corps. As always, Jesus loves you, wants to have a relationship with you. Find a church, read your Bible, do all the great things that are associated with that. And we will see you next time on High Five Resale Shop. See ya.